Good morning, members. We have already passed the scheduled time, so let's proceed to the election of chairman. I think for the election of chairman and deputy chairman, you know all the rules. No member may be the chair or deputy chair of more than one panel. I think we need a proposal and a second proposals. I nominate Mrs. Regina Yip. Mr. Poon. Sorry. Both the clerk and myself have mixed up the two of you. Mr. Liu, I would like to nominate Mrs. Regina Yip as the chair of the panel. Seconder, Mr. Sin Chung Kai. Mrs. Yip, do you accept? I do. I thought this answer would only appear in a wedding ceremony. Any other nominations? No? So I declare that Mrs. Yip has been elected as the chair. So that's it for my work as the chair for that session. First of all, I would like to thank members for your support. Now we need to elect a deputy chairman. Any nominations? Yes, Mr. Tam Yu Chung, Mr. Poon Xiu Ping, Mr. Poon. So any seconder? Mr. Kwok. I have yet to recognize all your faces. So Mr. Tang as well. Mr. Poon, do you accept the nomination? Yes, I do. Any other nominations? If not, so the proposal has been endorsed. So Mr. Poon will be the deputy chairman. Mr. Poon, would you like to move up? And then the next item is the very important issue, that is the items to be discussed at various meetings. Last time we used to have our meetings on the third Monday of each month at 10:45. If you agree with the proposal, please endorse it. Please also take a look of the schedule of regular meetings for the coming session suggested by the Secretariat. It has already been tabled for your reference. So we'll have our meetings on the third Monday of each month. Any questions, members? No questions? All right. So we'll take this slot as the slot for our regular meetings. And then the agenda for our next meeting. Well, in fact, the Secretariat has prepared a list of issues suggested to be considered. It has been tabled. A lot of them come from the administration. Say the first three of them, they are proposals from the administration. Members, any questions, any suggestions? Do you propose other items? Mr. Lee. Thank you, Madam Chair. We have always been interested in the working hours of the civil servants. Recently, we are concerned about the case of the firemen, and the staff of the FSD are having a negotiation with the management. I think without any consensus being reached, the management saying that it will be cut to 51 hours. But then they're also trying to cut the manpower. How come that you're reducing the working hours and reducing manpower at the same time? We have been following up on the issue of working hours of civil servants a lot last time, so perhaps we should also discuss this matter as well, so that we can understand the case of the staff associations. I think you want to have it as soon as possible, all right? So we'll include it in our list. Who else? Miss Lau. I think I'm the only members are named now here, and probably like you, I'm not quite familiar with the faces of the new members. I think not too long ago, the firemen came to stage a protest. I think probably it's a matter for us rather than the security panel. I'm new to the panel, so I think it's right to invite them as well as the authority to come. Madam Chair, I would also like to talk about the points raised by the CS4A. She said that the ICAC as well as the Ombudsman, she mentioned the two organizations. She said that the two of them were sort of presenting some obstacles to the civil servants. Maybe civil servants don't know how to deal with them. It has caused a lot of shocks. So I don't know who can speak on behalf of the civil servants. I want to know whether the two organizations are really presenting obstacles to the civil servants. I think you must have heard that some others have said that the electrical is an obstacle. If we allow this to continue, this is not good. So please invite the relevant stakeholders to come. This is impossible. The ICAC enjoys a high level of respect among the community members. So how come the CS4A is saying that it's an obstacle in terms of administration? I do support this proposal to have a discussion, but then we need to look at the timing. We need to invite the CS4A herself to come, but we are not sure which staff associations should be invited. Mr. Tang, Madam Chair, the fifth item on the list, pay policy of the government and calculation of salaries of government school teachers. We've been told that the matter hasn't been resolved. I think we did discuss this matter for more than once. We keep it on the list, and we have been receiving correspondence from teachers saying that this matter hasn't been resolved. So we need to keep it on the list. Any other suggestions, please? You can always come up with other suggestions in the future. So AOB then. Well, as the chair of the panel and the deputy chair and myself will be having a lot of exchanges with the Secretary for Civil Service. And in fact, I will be taking up matters with him concerning the agenda of our meetings between December and July. So if you have any proposed items, please notify us. If you haven't got other items on the AOB meeting agenda, thank you.